When Meghan Markle thought her, with love, Meghan brand would win hearts, she clearly didn't expect Graham Norton to turn it into a public spectacle. During a recent taping of the Graham Norton show, the veteran host didn't hold back, directly mocking Meghan's supposedly classy lifestyle project. What should have been a promotional win quickly spiraled into humiliation as Norton skewered the Duchess's attempts at branding herself as a global tastemaker. Viewers were stunned, not just by Norton's sharp tongue, but by how his takedown exposed the shallow, self-indulgent nature of Meghan's latest reinvention. Norton zeroed in on what many critics have long whispered about Meghan, that her projects are less about substance and more about vanity. He ridiculed the awkward promotional materials and even highlighted the uncomfortable, gross moment, where Meghan's overly polished presentation clashed with her supposedly authentic messaging. For a brand that claims to be rooted in warmth and intimacy, the execution appeared cold, awkward, and painfully self-promotional. Norton's roast turned Meghan's glossy rollout into a cautionary tale of how not to win over a skeptical public. What made Norton's comments sting even more was his ability to say out loud what so many had been thinking. Instead of politely glossing over Meghan's efforts, he called attention to the glaring disconnect between her words and actions. Viewers laughed, not because the roast was light-hearted, but because it was undeniably true. The Duchess's attempt at projecting elegance was revealed for what it was, a performance so forced that it bordered on parody. When Norton quipped about how staged her brand felt, the audience erupted, leaving Meghan's carefully crafted image in tatters. This moment cemented the growing perception that Meghan has become more of a punchline than a powerhouse. What was supposed to be a triumphant debut instead fueled the narrative that she constantly overplays her hand. Even sympathetic observers admitted that the whole thing felt contrived. For critics, it was the perfect example of Meghan once again trying to sell herself as something she is not, an effortless lifestyle icon, when in reality the execution betrayed desperation. Norton's brutal honesty also underscored a wider truth: Meghan's projects repeatedly fall flat because they lack genuine connection. Whether it's a podcast, a TV deal, or now a lifestyle brand, there's a recurring pattern of glossy rollouts followed by awkward results. On this occasion, it wasn't the press or online commentators who exposed the flaws, but a respected entertainer who has built his career on sharp observational humor. By dismantling Meghan's project live on air, Norton amplified what was already evident: her attempts at reinvention are wearing thin. For an audience used to her endless rebranding, this roast hit harder than most. It wasn't just playful teasing, it was a reflection of the fatigue surrounding Meghan's endless self-promotion. Each time she launches a new project, it comes wrapped in the language of empowerment and authenticity, yet what shines through is calculation. Norton's takedown worked because it captured this contradiction in a way that was impossible to ignore. He turned what Meghan hoped would be her shining moment into a cultural joke. In the end, the humiliation was not just about one roast or one show. It was about how Meghan has positioned herself in the public eye. Graham Norton simply pulled the curtain back, and the result was ugly. The "with love, Meghan" brand, instead of exuding charm and authenticity, now risks being remembered as the very moment she was publicly exposed. For someone who has tried so hard to control her image, this was the ultimate defeat: broadcasted, laughed at, and impossible to spin.